So welcome. Today we're joined by Michael Hall. It's absolutely lovely to see you and all your books. You've got an impressive array of books there. So Michael, you are doing one of our bonus conference sessions next year, which is really exciting. It's the first time we've introduced the bonus sessions for the conference. So do tell us a bit. Your conference presentation is entitled Resilience, Being the Phoenix. So do tell us a bit more. I mean, do you have to tell us about you? Please do tell us about yourself and your presentation.
Well, resilience, I chose that because of the pandemic, because so many people have had setbacks. They have really been knocked down. Yeah. And if someone got the COVID, they probably got a health knockdown. And even if they didn't, all of us who are locked up and we can't travel, and finances are tighter. And so the whole world, it seems like, is in a great position for resilience. Yeah. And to come back, to bounce back from whatever setback has occurred to whatever degree. This was the first modeling project I ever did. So back in 1991, I chose resilience and I studied it for 4 years. And when I presented it in 1994 at the NLP conference in Denver, that's when I discovered metastates. Right.
So it's steeped in history as well as a huge amount of experience.
Yeah. And so what I discovered was that there's quite a few misunderstandings about resilience. And probably the simplest misunderstanding is that we think it's a state.
Right.
But it's not.
Okay.
So it's a series, multiple layers of metastates. So when you have something that's not a simple state, like leadership or well-being or self-esteem, it's a metastate and it's going to be quite layered. Yeah. So you can't just step into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas most NLP states that we talk about, relaxation or joy or playfulness or compassion or something, you can just step into it and be there.
Yeah.
But resilience, it's not like that. And so there's a strategy to it and a structure to it. And that's what I found in 1994. And that's what I want to share.
Brilliant. I mean, that sounds like, as you say, something that I think most of us could benefit from right now. So what will delegates take away from your session?
So I want to identify some of the misunderstandings. And here's one of them. And in preparing for the workshop next year, I grabbed a book called Bouncing Back by Linda Graham. And it's an excellent book. She has introduced neuroscience to it, but she misses the very heart of resilience. She throws 4 resources at it: calmness, clarity, compassion, and connection. But she misses the very heart, and I found it really just tragic because she quotes Martin Seligman. She's writing in the field of positive psychology, and she misses learned helplessness and learned optimism.
Oh, of course, yeah, yeah. They're quite big misses.
Just absolutely significant.
Yeah.
And here's the core of resilience. If you take whatever the setback was, whatever the bad thing was, and you bring it in, make it personal, pervasive, and permanent, well, you just created clinical depression.
Yeah.
And now we got another problem in addition to the setback.
Yeah.
And so resilience isn't just throwing resources at the problem. It is changing that core so that I keep it out there. It's that, it's there, it's then. It's not personal, pervasive, permanent.
Yeah.
And that's a core of resilience. And once you know that structure, then we can crack the code of resilience, of how it works and how to facilitate us to keep ourselves clean from that setback.
That's really beautiful. And when you explain it like that, it sounds so obvious, and yet it's not, because otherwise, as you say, we'd have all cracked it already. So is there anything that delegates can do beforehand to give them a deeper experience of your session?
So in terms of preparing, maybe doing that examination of oneself, to what extent do I personalize whatever's happening?
Yeah.
To what extent do I make it, this is about everything? And to what extent do I make it, this is going to last forever and there's no end to it?
Yeah.
Because that's really how to darken the light that's inside of us.
Yes. Yeah.
So what I want participants to take away is a true understanding of how it works, how to step into it, how to develop it, how to help other people develop that untraumatizable personality. Because that's what a setback does for a lot of people. It traumatizes them.
Yeah.
And in NLP, we've got some tools so that people can become untraumatizable. And that's one of the takeaways.
That's really exciting, and as you said, at the moment, incredibly valuable for all of us, and for people, for delegates to be able to empower their clients as well. Is fantastic. Fantastic thing to take away. So I mean, obviously, this year and next year, the conference has been virtual and will be virtual next year. So how are you planning to add value in a virtual environment?
Well, that's a challenge. It's really a challenge, because there's just something missing when we can't touch each other, hug, when we can't be in each other's kinesthetic presence. I do have a lot of materials I'm going to make available, as well as the whole set of PowerPoint slides, just added value to it.
Brilliant.
And ideas that you have, I'm certainly open to it, because I find it so challenging to try to communicate in this way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think one of the benefits, I mean, especially for one of the legends in NLP like you, Michael, is that actually we all get a front seat at your presentation. We all get to be close and to see you. It's nobody sitting at the back of the room. And I think that's a huge benefit for people. Definitely from that perspective. And of course, we do have the session will be recorded, so anybody who can't actually come at the time, they will get to they can see the recordings once the conference is on as well. So it's great. I mean, obviously, as you said, you've been involved with the NLP conference for many years, despite the fact you're only 21. So what does the NLP conference, the NLP International Conference, mean to you?
Well, for years, that's been kind of the highlight of the year, to go to London and to see and to rub shoulders with all of the people presenting and all of the participants, and to feel that excitement. It's a place where we get to show our stuff, and we get to show the world, the people new to NLP coming in, here's why it's credible, and here's why it's valuable, and it makes a life-transforming change in people's lives. And it's a chance also to show that we're not weird kooks. We have all of us have our weirdness, but we're solid people, and to chase away a lot of that bad press on NLP of people who misuse what's so powerful.
Absolutely. And as you say, that it is that opportunity to showcase those things, and it's wonderful to be able to do that in that sort of environment. So yes, again, so what's so special? I mean, apart from the fact you're presenting, what's very special about your presentation this year, as I mentioned at the beginning, is it's one of our pre-conference bonus sessions. So it's taking place on Friday, the 4th of February. At 1700 hours GMT, and it's 3 hours There will be a 30-minute break in between at some point during the middle, but it's 3 hours that that we will get to immerse ourselves in resilience. And I think, again, the benefit of that, you know, because it's a pre-conference session, it's open to all delegates who are coming to the conference, and it's something that they don't have to make a choice of which presentation they attend at the time, because it's you. And I think that's an added bonus for them as well. So as long as people have their delegate passes by the 4th of February, they'll be able to attend your presentation. And I think we've already heard it. I think there's going to be a lot of goodies in there for people to benefit from. And then the recording will be available alongside all the other conference recordings for 6 months after the conference is finished. So, which is great. So thank you, Michael. Thank you so much for sharing a bit about what's going to be involved with your presentation. It's certainly got my curiosity piqued already. So we will see you in February, if not before, and I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you very much, Michael.
Well, thank you for the invitation, and thank you for putting on the conference, because without your vision and all the work that goes into it, it wouldn't happen.
Oh,
so
thank you.
A big thank you to you for that.
Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate that.